And you think the Germans are super organized, super efficient? Absolutely not.
But in Europe, it's a concept that doesn't seem to be working. Today we are putting Lufthansa's EuroBusiness class to a test and figure out whether it's worth spending all that money on a blocked middle seat. But we also have a look at Europe's most controversial airline, which you either hate or love, on a flight from the Azores all the way to Frankfurt, Germany, to find an answer to all the questions you may have. Let's fly! My trip started in Ponta, Delgada, the capital of the Azores, located in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. The day prior, I flew in on SATA Azor Airlines, one of the few airlines in Europe featuring a dedicated business class on a narrow body, and I was quite impressed. It made me wonder why we can't have that in all of Europe. But now let's head to the airport and compare it to the former 5-star airline, Lufthansa.
And here we are, a beautiful good morning from Ponta Delgada, trying to answer one of the most controversial questions in aviation. Is your business class worth it? Let's go, let's check in, and let's find out. So, and here we are at the check-in counter, and you think the Germans are super organized, super efficient? Absolutely not. All check-in counters are open, including Lufthansa, but guess which one has no sign? Very confusing. You guessed right, it's Lufthansa. Ryanair, spot on. TAP Portugal, spot on. SATA, spot on. And it's really confusing to find really where the check-in counter is for Lufthansa. Else we judge the flight today on the price tag of 410 euros. That's what I paid. And guess what? They don't even have a priority line for business class travelers. So that's the first disappointment already. But now let's go and check in. So let's compare my Lufthansa check-in experience with any decent airline in the world. First, they would hand you their boarding pass. They would say, hey, Mr. Cahill, we changed your seat from 6A to 4A. No communication about this. Then, as a premium customer on decent airlines, once again, it would be like, this is the lounge access that you have. This is where you find the lounge. Is there any more questions? So this is how it works with world-class airlines anywhere else in the world. And my Lufthansa experience was nothing like this. So boarding pass, no communication, nothing, no priority line. So far, it's quite of a shit show flying EuroBusiness class. So let's see whether I have lounge access and whether I can find the lounge. That's our next mission.
Also, just cleared security, and I really want to hear your opinion on this matter that I'm going to bring up now. Obviously, when you purchase a ticket, your business class lounge is usually included. Now, here in Ponta Delgada, the case is that there is no lounge. So if there's no lounge, you obviously can't make use of it. However, it's part of the ticket price, and I think the only reasonable and nice thing to do out of a consumer perspective, since it's part of your ticket price anyways, it would be only fair if Lufthansa issues let's say 15 or 20 euro voucher for you to use at a restaurant. That's simply because if it was a contracted lounge here, Lufthansa would need to do exactly the same. And since it was part of the package that I was sold when I booked my flight, it says lounge access specifically, I think I am entitled to it. What do you think? I think also from a consumer perspective and laws, consumer protection laws in Germany or the European Union, they really can't get away with it because they sold me this service and they don't provide it. But I'm very happy to hear your point of view and what you think how an airline should solve it in this situation. right here. Very much looking forward to what you have to say in the comment section below. Plane, of course, is a late, something we are very accustomed to with Lufthansa. So yeah, we'll keep you posted. And another interesting fact is this 320neo, which is taking us to Frankfurt, is the second one of the production line. And this is our plane today, the Airbus A220neo, and as mentioned before, it was the second ever to be delivered, as Lufthansa was the launch customer of the Neo. Usually flights to Ponta Delgada are operated on the 321, but today we got a slightly smaller plane. Generally, flights on Lufthansa are either a hit or miss, but when it comes to the hard product, the airline is trailing behind in any international standards. Though that may change now with the introduction of the new Allegris business class. And here we are, welcome on board Lufthansa's EuroBusiness class. The number of seats varies from flight to flight, since the curtain/divider to economy class can be moved according to the demand. It's a regular seat, and the only plus is the blocked middle seat when it comes to the hard product. So guys, and here we are, welcome on board the infamous, let's say, EuroBusiness class of Lufthansa. It's not a dedicated seat, it is pretty much just a blocked middle seat. Legroom is exactly the same as on in economy class, so I don't know why anyone else in the world we have dedicated business class seats, but in Europe it's a concept that doesn't seem to be working.
Before you leave the aircraft, pull the red tab.
We then pushed back for an on-time departure, and a lot of you guys have been asking about the gear and cameras I use to film my reviews. So I've put together a comprehensive list of all the stuff that I use. The link is in the description box below. Got a beautiful view of Ponta Delgada while climbing out, and at the same time the crew would hand out towels as well as the menu for today's flight to Frankfurt. So we are an hour into the flight. There is a meal sitting in front of me. In terms of presentation, 10 out of 10. Crew, 10 out of 10. They're really hard working, they're trying very hard, very friendly, very efficient. I couldn't have asked for a better crew on this flight. And now I am very curious to see whether the food tastes as good as it looks like. So let's dig in and let's find out. And guess what? The food was absolutely outstanding. However, when it comes to the in-flight entertainment, you are limited to the engine view or the onboard magazine, since this plane wasn't equipped with internet or any streaming services. So I never thought I'm ever gonna say this on this channel, but Lufthansa, well done. That was an amazing meal. World-class service experience as well. The crew was just sensational. And when it comes to airlines in Europe, there's always, I think, British Airways, my favorite, solely because of the crew, because they're always in a good mood, they're always very kind, it was very hardworking. And in Germany, I rather prefer Condor to Lufthansa, but very happy to see that on this EuroBusiness class flight that I really delivered a world-class experience, and that's what my conclusion is so far. I mean, there's little things here and there which were really annoying, but I'm going to give you a full summary once we are at the hotel in Frankfurt. But the dining or lunch experience was pretty good. Well done. Another hot towel was handed out, and we then started our descent into Frankfurt Airport. And once I'm at the hotel, I'll give you a full summary of today's experience. So, and here we are. Welcome to Frankfurt, and look at this view of this skyline of Manhattan. That's what they call them. And fantastic flight on Lufthansa. That's the benchmark. That's what you want to see. Catering, top-notch, like quality food. Crew went beyond. I think I've never seen such greatly performing Lufthansa crew. They love their job. It was really nice to see. Obviously, the hard product is a disaster, but this is Europe, you know, this is how it works now, and they're never going to go back in the name of profit. You know, they like the flexibility, and why change it if it works? People will still be willing to pay 400 euros for it, whether it's a proper seat or not. This is capitalism. This is how it works, and that is something that we have to accept in Europe. It's never going to change, and that's a reality. You know, so it wouldn't be unfair to put them down, because all the other carriers, they do it exactly the same, unless you fly Turkish Airlines. I think it's the only European airline that has a dedicated business class seat. But yeah, it would be nice to see anyways, when you go to Asia, when you go to Africa, anywhere in the world, and you have a proper business class seat, it does make a lot of difference. The arrival experience, always smooth. Departure experience was what bothered me the most, and the lounge issue. As I said, there should have been a voucher or something like that. If you don't have a lounge there, I think this is something I'm entitled to. But I would love to hear your opinion on that matter as well. Other than that, check out my Patreon for some extra perks, such as early access to my videos, WhatsApp group, get your Cahill keyring, and other really cool perks. But other than that, that's it. Guys, it's the end of the video. I'm gonna go sleep now, and yeah, wherever you're off to, have a safe trip.